Hi, I'm Kathleen.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Smitty.
And you're watching
Word of Mouth.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy.
Tonight I saw South Pacific, which is an old, fairly well-known musical, though I had never seen it before. And I've never seen the movie, I'd never seen a production of it, never seen anything.
It's set in the South Pacific during World War II. And there are a couple of different storylines, but mostly it's happening on this island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
And set in, on a military base, and there's obviously, there's sailors, there's Navy guys there, but there's a group of women who are nurses. They're also in the Navy.
One of the nurses, Nellie Forbush, meets a French plantation owner who has lived on the island for many years. And they start to fall in love, and then complications ensue.
Nellie finds out that the gentleman that she's agreed to marry has interracial children, and that's kind of a deal breaker for her to begin with.
And when I remember seeing that as a kid, I was like, what the? She won't marry him because of what? And I never saw the rest of the movie. So today was the first time that I've seen the entire production from beginning to end.
There's a young lieutenant, Lieutenant Cable, who falls in love with a local girl who's Polynesian, and he has to confront his ideas about whether or not he can really be in love with somebody in light of the fact that he has certain bigotries.
This show, as I understand it, hasn't been on Broadway since it first appeared, I guess, almost 60 years ago. And it's quite interesting that they've brought it back now.
I would imagine that when it was first produced, it was very controversial because it is about this interracial marriages or not, love relationships, which even now is sort of a hot topic, but certainly for back then would have been pretty revolutionary.
I mean, I think it's really easy for people to forget that you could fire somebody for being black in 1963. Like that was legal. It was illegal for people of different races to get married in this country for many, many years.
I didn't realize kind of how much the play actually deals with intolerance. And there's a very lovely song with Emile DeBeck and Lieutenant Cable, where they talk about you have to be carefully taught. And the gist of the song is you're not born hating, you're taught that over and over again, and it becomes ingrained. And it's really a very, very emotional and very effective part of the show.
What was surprising to me is that I was actually very familiar with a lot of the music, even though I haven't seen it before. It's kind of in the old style of big production with lots of singing and many, many characters.
It's classic Rodgers and Hammerstein. If you, if there's a good waltz in it, there's a good, there's a good funny song. There's a scene where a bunch of sailors stomp around and sing. I mean, like the sailors in South Pacific are kind of like the cowboys in Oklahoma, or kind of like the nuns in The Sound of Music. They stomp around and they sing their song together.
And the performances of the music, the singing is really, really spectacular. All of the principals' characters have beautiful voices and really, really bring it to life.
Emile DeBeck, who is played by Paolo Schott, it's unbelievable. It's just unreal that somebody can sing that well and be so connected to what they're doing. And like I think everybody in that theater was just like right there. It was unbelievable.
Never heard of him. He is just he's just wonderful. He's just a wonderful singer, but he's also a very good actor. Kelly O'Hara. She's gotten a lot of buzz. I've read a lot about her. I know that she's been lauded for other performances. I've never seen her on stage. I've just missed it for no good reason at all. And all of that adulation is really appropriate. She is just terrific.
When she's vacillating back and forth about whether she's going to go off with this guy or not, she's, it's all in her face. Like you can see every moment of her of her conflict. You know, when she's in love, and it's like all right here. And when she's out of it, or when she's anguished about something, it's all right here. And she's just very, very compelling, I thought.
Loretta Abel Sayer plays Bloody Mary, and this is a character. She's an unlikable character, and it's a very tough character to kind of stomach, and she can be very stereotypical. I mean, they could really turn this into kind of a farce, and she really gave the character some dignity.
Her performance was as affecting and as complex as any of the leads, and she was so important to the story that it was really, really wonderful.
It's visually beautiful. The sets are gorgeous because it is all set on this tropical island. It's beautiful. It's beautifully done. You feel like you're on the beach, and you get a sense of not only clouds and sky and ocean and sand and all of that. It's very, very nicely done.
At the very back of the stage, there's kind of this sand dune and a palm tree, and then this kind of lots of sky and ocean, like way in the background, and at times when the actors are standing way far back in the stage, they really look like they're really, really far away, like miles down the beach or something like that.
It's a very clever use of kind of bamboo Venetian blinds that go through, and it gives you the sense of being on an island, but also effectively changing scenes behind. The lighting was lovely. I mean, the kind of the sunset over the island, you know, over the palm tree, and you can see Bali High, the other island in the distance. It was just lovely.
I thought it was really, really, really terrific. It was, I mean, I think there's still some problems and some issues with the show, but I don't think there's any problem at all with the production. The production is just fantastic.
I would recommend this to almost everybody because I think most people, many people, will be familiar with it, and if you are, it's absolutely a quality production.
I know it's a tough ticket to get, but if you can get one, go see it.
The show hasn't been on Broadway since the original production. It's the first time it's being revived, and you know, who knows when it'll come back, so see it while you can. That's what I'd say. Now I'm an old